Thanks, Riaz. Good morning. Well, today is the last day of August, but if you have a look outside your window, it looks a little bit more like fall outside. As we kick off our Storm Center coverage for you this morning, the aftermath of the major storm, of course. This is a look at Vancouver. You can see it is raining, lots of gray skies over much of the region, and it's eerily dark out there for 7 a.m. here. The rain in this region began early last night. It really hasn't stopped across much of the south coast. The roads extremely slippery this morning. Lights are out at several major intersections right across the Lower Mainland, and many roads are still covered in debris from Saturday's windstorm. Meteorologist Russ Lacade says more of this wet weather is on the way today.
Again, it's that subtropical moisture that's in today's jet stream, but it's coming at us from a slightly different orientation. We're not going to get the severe winds today. We're going to get downpours instead. There's not enough wind to suspend that rain in the air, so a lot of the Lower Mainland gets soaked.
BC Hydro crews have been working around the clock since Saturday's intense weather system moved through the area. At the peak of the storm, an estimated 500,000 people were without power. Tens of thousands of customers are still in the dark at this hour. For the latest on those outages with BC Hydro, Andrea McPherson is keeping a close eye on that situation. Andrea, what's going on?
Well, good morning, Kyle. We're still around the 60,000 mark, give or take. BC Hydro has tweeted this morning that there could be a few new problems given the adverse weather that has come in this morning and overnight as well. So currently, I can tell you that the numbers coming up for Langley and Surrey, around 39,000 people still in the dark. Surrey actually has the most crews working to restore power at this hour. Fraser Heights and Surrey may not have power back up until this evening, but 5,000 customers in Surrey's Clayton Heights neighborhood do have the lights back on. Abbotsford, still problems there. 4,900 people, mainly in the Mount Lehman area. Vancouver and Burnaby, around 15,000. Power in downtown Vancouver has been restored according to Hydro, but Burnaby still has a big problem with a very large substation. Coquitlam is also an issue this morning as well.
Talking to one of our senior field managers, he's been with us for 35 years, and he said he's never seen anything like it. It's the single biggest event that we've had in recent memory.
So the Hydro website is still down this morning. They've been keeping customers updated through Twitter. So if you do have a question, they are doing a very good job interacting with you over there. They do have about 400 people throughout the province working on this problem this morning. Crews came in from as far as Prince George, Smithers, Terrace, Kamloops, you name it. They're here. They're working. Kyle.
All right, Andrea, thank you very much for that. Now, as Andrea mentioned, roughly 60,000 customers still without power right now. They've been out without service for almost 48 hours now. Let's go to one of those neighborhoods in Surrey, where Greg Harper joins us live with more on that. Greg.
Good morning, Kyle. Yes, that includes those that live in this neighborhood in Surrey. We're very close to Tynehead Park. And for those that live here right now, they're dealing with some rain and some wind still, and they're dealing with no power for almost 2 days now. You can see behind me here, this cul-de-sac in darkness. We've spoken to a couple who live in this neighborhood, and it's been very challenging for them, to say the least. We've heard about cooking food on the barbecue. Even trying to get a cup of coffee has been a challenge. There's certainly there's some understanding here, but there's some frustration as well.
The food, all the stuff in the freezer, all gone and everything. It's pretty bad. So just eat whatever we can, and you know, just go drive around, see if we can find a restaurant that's open around Delta.
We did hear too that they're having trouble getting some of these hydro workers out. And we've had that problem when we lost our power. Someone stole our meter. And the guy at the emergency line said, well, I can't get anyone out of bed at this time of the day. Yeah, it just is so frustrating.
So one of the challenges for those that live here, of course, will be, if they're going to work this morning, will be having a shower, making breakfast. Another challenge will be the drive. Not far from here is 160th Street and 103 Avenue. It's one of the main intersections leading to Highway 1. The lights are out there, at least they were when we pulled up. So if that continues to be the case, that will be the four-way stop procedure that drivers will have to use, hopefully, and it will only get busier. Kyle?
Yeah, and we'll check in with Thor for a look at the roads in just a minute. Thanks for that, Greg. No power means no business for many merchants right across the south coast. That includes this neighborhood in Burnaby. The Crystal Mall on Kingsway had no electricity for much of the weekend, and business owners are very frustrated with BC Hydro's response.
I think they should upgrade the system or upgrade the transformer here because it's ridiculous to have no power, I mean, throughout the region, not just here, I mean, other places too.
When it comes to restaurants, no electricity means no power for fridges, and food products are at risk of being spoiled. Many establishments, including here in Kitsilano, had to move quickly to save their inventory and cut losses over the weekend. This juice store on West 4th Avenue moved all of its inventory to another branch. Other stores brought in electrical generators.
Well, we picked up 2 generators, so we actually fared pretty good. We need to power 1 freezer and 1 refrigerator. We just packed everything in, and we didn't have too many problems.